you have two young ladies getting us set with the sportsmanship. That's the one thing that can never be lost when we're here in the championships. And we've got a tilt here. You've got the Yellow Jackets coming in. As I said, the 26-3 record. And Coach, what jumps out to me for Osbourn Park, 11 times this year they gave up 20 points or less.
Yeah, I noticed that too, and I'm going to tell you what, there's been a lot of teams that we've said in this tournament come here with defense. Osbourn Park might be at the top of that.
Yeah, absolutely. That is one thing. That is a hallmark of Coach Chrissy Kelly. She won 2 state championships at Forest Park. She had a stop before that at South County. Then she's back here at Osbourn Park, or she's back at Osbourn Park. 6 straight state tournaments for the Yellow Jackets. Finalists, runners-up in 21 and 22. Lost in the quarters in 23, lost to Thomas Dale last year in the semis.
You talk about making 5 straight regional titles, 6 straight state playoff appearances. That's hard to do because it's past a graduating class. It's a new cycle of players, but she continues to win because she's done it before.
We'll look at the starters. We'll start with the Osbourn Park Yellow Jackets. They'll go number 5, Jayel West, a 5'6" junior. And the one thing you'll notice here, not a lot of seniors in the starting 5. Number 13, Alexandra Brown, listed 6'1", she's the senior. Then you've got Kiara Rainey, number 23, the go-to. She runs this thing for Coach Chrissy Kelly, 5'8", 11, junior. Samia Sneed, number 24, is a 5'4" guard. She's also a junior. And they round it out with a 5'7" sophomore, number 25, Peyton Walters. So only the one senior in Alexandra Brown on one of the most suffocating defensive teams you probably can find on the girls' side.
Listen, there's always conversations, Justin, about who's the best girls team in the state. Princess Anne's always at the beginning of that conversation. But PA and Osbourn Park, when they be a dream matchup, so too would be a PA and a Manchester.
And they played this year.
Yeah.
They did. And that was actually PA's only win under 10 points. Was an 8-point victory. And according to talking to the AD earlier from OP, they had PA in that game and ended up losing by 8. And of course, PA, we came out and saw what they did on Thursday. Let's jump over to the Manchester Lancers and look at their starting lineup. They're going to go with number 3, Finley Weaver. She is a junior guard, listed at 5'3". Then number 4, Maya Atkinson, a 5'5" guard, also a junior. Kylene Edwards, number 10, a 5'2" guard, a junior. Rainey Wright, number 13, she is 5'10", the lone senior in the starting 5 for the Lancers. Again, youthful for both of these squads. And then number 14, Madison Smith, rounds it out. Listed forward, 5'8", a sophomore.
And I know last year Ed was very impressed with both Finley Weaver and Rainey Wright just going to the University of Richmond to play their college basketball. Though they graduated Mia Woolfolk, those two get it done on a nightly basis.
Yeah, and I'm always big on, been here before, but when you look at Manchester, it's a lot of younger girls who maybe came as fans or at the end of the bench last year. Now they're in a situation they got to play in this atmosphere. Osbourn Park, like you say, has not won a state title yet, but they have been here. The program has been here in the past, and now maybe this might be the year that they can shine it.
Biggest thing, our keys to victory, we'll start Osbourn Park, ride Rainey. We said she is how they go. She is the what drives the engine and also force turnovers. One thing they love to do here at Osbourn Park is play suffocating defense, force the turnovers. For Manchester, it's survive the early punch. You know Osbourn Park is going to come out. You've got that lingering in the back of your mind, the earlier matchup this season, and then perimeter defense. Don't allow the Yellow Jackets to get inside and take control of this game. As we are set and ready, Coach Chrissy Kelly, Coach Rasheed Wright, the state title's on the line. Tip is controlled by the Lancers. They'll travel right to left. Black jerseys, orange trim and lettering.
Osbourn Park in the man-to-man.
Hard defense for Osbourn Park. Peyton Walters out front. There is the aforementioned Kiara Rainey. First play off the glass, left side, and in for 2.
Region Player of the Year can get it done in a lot of different ways, and she's going to be a fun watch for folks that haven't seen her play before this evening.
Sneed now guards the ball handler Weaver. Inside for the Lancers, and a foul is going to be called. They might get Walters. Wait and see. It was on Walters on the take. She'll go to the line for 2. Will Rain Wright.
Last 2 years in the state finals, guys, Rain Wright had 8 points, 8 rebounds, and a loss 2 years ago to Madison. And then she ends up having, check that, 16 points and 8 rebounds 2 years ago and a loss to Madison. 8 points and 8 rebounds in the win last year over Thomas Dale.
free throw.
Really good shooting for the young lady.
1 out of 2. Osbourn Park now controls.
And Manchester in the man-to-man also.
Walters with it up top. Inside out. Sneed with it. Great defense by the Lancers, and we're going to have a jump ball. It'll stay with the Yellow Jackets on the alternating possession, but good job, Madison Smith, getting on the floor.
Love that hustle there.
Again, Brown listed 6'1" for the Yellow Jackets. Where's number 13? Get it into Sneed. She's looking for help. She finds Rainey. Nice path to the basket, scoops it up, won't go in. Rebound down to the Lancers. Right with it. Slowing down across midcourt. Up top is Smith. She's going to drive against Walters. Spin inside. And that's going to be the second on Walters in just a minute 20 into this ball game.
And obviously now 2 fouls that quick. We probably won't see her the rest of the first quarter. Some coaches with 2 fouls and a half, they don't even put them in the rest of the first half. It'll challenge Osbourn Park's depth.
Free throw is good. Jane Salinas checks in for the Yellow Jackets. And Walters will sit.
And Walters is one of their best, if not the best defender.
Second free throw good. Manchester with a 3-2 lead early on. Sneed being guarded by Weaver. Picks up her dribble, looking for help. Salinas to Rainey. Rainey, good take inside, and she's going to draw the foul.
She kind of just glides to the hoop, doesn't she? When she gets to those angles on the wing area, she just takes it off and just has a different bounce to her step than most girls players.
She had a little hesitation dribble. It looked like she was going to pass the ball off and had the Manchester girls turning their head. She just took the path right to the bucket, got fouled.
Sneed and Rainey both really kind of led this Osbourn Park team a year ago. I believe they only graduated one senior off of last year's team. And if it wasn't one, it was 2, but very few seniors. The first one for Rainey is good. Tie this ball game up. Coach Kelly blessed with some young talent in Manassas.
Well, keep an eye on Salinas. She's had some big games this year coming off the bench, knocking down outside shots.
West guarding up top. Hard take inside. It's going to be rebounded by Sneed. She'll pull it down and they'll push. Here comes Salinas. Back to Sneed. Deep 3, short. No rebound there. She was behind the black, and that's one of the things, Coach, we've pointed out several times, because it almost looked like she could have gotten a little deeper when she caught that ball.
Yeah, it makes a difference. You're about a little bit more than a foot behind. The high school line is the college line, and a lot of kids are shooting from there wondering, why are they short?
How much of an advantage is it, Ed, for them to have played here twice before? Manchester win one, lose one.
I think it's major advantage to play on a court that the other team never had.
West with the rebound after the 3-point miss. There's Salinas is going to fire one. In and out off the rim. Rebound Brown. Inside West for 2. 5-3 our scores. We approach 5 minutes to go. Just 3 minutes gone by in the opening quarter. Nice take, good help by Brown. Weaver's going to clean it, Smith is going to clean it up for 2.
Everybody was geared in towards the shot. Nobody stepped back to box out. Common fundamental, box out on shots. Find a person, box them out.
Rainey up top, good defense. Off the glass, no good. Rebound by Wright. Weaver did a good job stopping Rainey on the drive. Edwards has it, far side.
Nice
underneath,
pass.
Great look
Nice
underneath
pass.
to find Weaver.
That's sharing the sugar.
That was sugar. That was a sweet play. Beautiful pass. Backdoor cut on the weak side. Boom. Layup.
Sneed with it out top. Weaver defending her. Here's Rainey. Good run into the lane. Kicks to Salinas for three!
Her shot is so pure from the outside.
Halfway through the opening quarter, 1 point difference. Favor of the Yellow Jackets. Lancers with it. Top of the key. Wright with a hard take. Brown fighting for the rebound. Salinas comes up with it. We might have a tie ball here. Jump ball, it will go to Manchester. Weaver doing a great job there tying that one up. Out top to Smith. Now to Wright. Guarded by Rainey. Wright with a lane to the hoop, and it goes, and the foul! They got West on the foul. 9-8 Lancers a chance to make it a 2-point lead.
Try to step over and draw the charge. You have to be in set position defensively before the offensive player takes to the air. You can be set, but if they hit you, it's your foul because you got there while they were in the air.
Free throw is good. 10-8 the score. Rainey with the basketball. Being guarded by Wright. Sneed now, top of the key. Over to Rainey. Sneed runs all the way across the baseline. Rainey looking for a shot. There's a shot from Salinas off the rim and falls short. Ball being scrambled for. It will stay with Osbourn Park.
5 players at over 38% from three-point distance for this Osbourn Park team, so they have multiple shooting threats that you have to cover if you're Manchester.
You got to get out on shooters with this team because they get hot. It'll be a long night.
Sneed with it. Nice drive, blocked away by Wright. Good help defense. And they're going to get Rainey on a foul. That was Smith on the block. I keep getting Smith and Wright mixed up. My apologies.
But you know what? Father Rashid Wright, the coach over there who played his college hoops at Old Dominion, that was one that would make him, back in his day, go, all right, you got game, young lady.
I can imagine they've had some driveway battles.
Weaver with it up top, being harassed by Sneed. Good hands by Brown. 3 ball for the Lancers, in and out. That was Edwards unable to hit. West has it at the U in VCU. Out to Rainey. Down 2. We approach 2 minutes to play in the quarter. Rainey, a lane. She's going to take it, draw the foul on Smith.
You know, we talk about Park and their outside shooting. I'm impressed with their ability to find a lane, get to the basket, and able to draw a foul. Sometimes players will go in there, all of a sudden they're like, whoops, this is a mistake, turn their back to the basket. Now they don't know what to do with the ball. Teammates are watching them. They're crafty in terms of knowing where the lane is and get to it.
Rainey just so fluid when she takes off on a drive and able to keep the defenders on the offside. First free throw is good.
And that time when she went in there, it's kind of a one-hand scoop shot, like most players go in with 2 hands to protect the ball. She kind of in it with one hand, like slowly enough to draw the foul, and that's what she got.
Second is good. We're tied. 10 points apiece.
Amazing thing is she shoots 71.6% from the foul line, which is pretty good. She only ends up getting to the foul line about 3.5 times a game. You would think it'd be more, but they've gotten away from so many teams. There hasn't been a lot of having to foul her.
They'll stay with the Lancers, tipped away by Rainey.
And of course, if they're real good at shooting jump shots, most teams are taught don't foul the shooter. So they're getting jump shots off without fouling.
Inbound for the Lancers. Tristan Shavers into the ball game. She gives the basketball up. Weaver with a cut. Take inside. Brown, rebound. Up ahead to Rainey. They're going to get her with steps. I thought she was a little far away from the hoop to make it all the way.
Yeah, it was more of instead of a plop, up, it was plop, 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 up. You get that, you kind of get that step and a half, and then you got to put that basketball up.
Under a minute and a half to go in a tie ball game, opening quarter. Weaver being guarded by Sneed. Gives it up to Wright. Wright taking Rainey off the dribble. She'll kick it around and get it back. Makes it inside, won't go. Ball batted around, rebound by Sneed. Back come the Yellow Jackets. West thought about it. Then she pulls it back and shoots. Short. Ball is going to go out of bounds. It's going to stay with Manchester. Less than a minute in our opening quarter. Passing the ball around. Through Atkinson, right, three ball off the rim, no good. Rebound, Yellow Jackets. Sneed finds Brown, but it's going to be a turnover. Weaver in for two, and the Lancers have a lead. Back and forth we go. Final 30 seconds.
Convert turnovers into points means usually you're going to win.
Weaver playing really good in this opening quarter. For head coach Rasheed Wright. Rainey looking for a lane. Nothing open. Try to come to the basketball. Skip pass. Salinas three ball through the bottom of the net at the buzzer. Yellow Jackets 13, Lancers 12. 8 minutes in the book. We've got a good one brewing here at VCU.
With a rich history spanning nearly 100 years, James River Equipment is known for its deep-rooted partnership with the iconic John Deere brand. From large-scale farming to residential mowing, James River delivers the right equipment for every task, with a focus on quality, reliability, and affordability. Bring your outdoor spaces to life and choose the brand that understands your world. James River Equipment. Visit JamesRiverEquipment.com to find the location nearest you. James River delivers.
Backcourt side here at VCU, end of one. Osbourn Park and Salinas hits her second three of the quarter to put the Yellow Jackets on top 13-12 at the end of one quarter. And we talked at the top about Coach Chrissy Kelly really trying to complete the journey here with the Yellow Jackets. We mentioned the 6 straight state tournaments. We mentioned the 2 state titles she brought to Forest Park in the county, in Prince William County, and now trying to do it here with Osbourn Park. I feel like they probably have a mantra of finish for this season, and that's what they want to do. They actually, Matt, and I'm sure you were well aware of it, but they were invited out to a select tournament out in Phoenix. Actually went out represented well, finished second, I believe, went 3-1 out on that trip. But certainly something in the way Coach Kelly was looking at it to build for this postseason.
Well, Ed can speak to this too, Justin. When you get invited to tournaments like they did to go out that far west, it's a bonding for your team. I mean, you go to New York or Arizona. I know Ed went with his team back in 2007 or 8, I think, the Myrtle Beach Beach Ball Classic event. It's a really cool thing these kids remember for a lifetime, just like playing on the state championship floor for a lot of your seniors too.
Something a little different, something big to look forward to.
Sneed from deep!
The way they shoot the ball, if they get totally acclimated to this background where they are, Manchester's going to have to make some changes defensively to run them up that three-point line.
Wild pass, but finds inside cutter. Won't go. Rebound Brown.
Almost a tremendous save to a bucket.
Shavers had a good look. Here's Sneed. Nice hard take. She's going to get the foul, but it's going to be on the ground.
Wow, that last play, ball was going out of bounds. He grabbed it, zipped it towards the basket, caught, just missed a layup.
the thing that's encouraging for Manchester, guys, is they're getting inside looks. And this is without Mia Woolfolk, who's now at Georgia. You would think after losing someone like that, it might be harder to get the ball in the paint, but they're getting some pretty good looks inside.
They're getting inside. Snead thought about it there, but Brown's doing a good job, and they're doing a good job inside is Manchester. There's a 3-ball, and it's going to be a foul. They got Edwards on the foul.
It's the cardinal sin of basketball, fouling a three-point shooter, but you also want to contest it because they've been getting so many three-point shots that have been falling.
Yeah, there's one of the things that make coaches do a 360. Don't foul a jump shooter, especially a three-point shot. Close out, box out.
First free throw is no good.
Now, in the first quarter, statistics being a close ball game, we always look at shooting. Manchester 33% and 0% from three-point line, 0 for 3, while Osbourn Park 36%, but 2 for 6 from three-point line.
This the second. Did Rainey.
Free throw line, Osbourn Park 3 for 4 first quarter, 4 for 5 for Manchester in that first quarter.
And that 3 for 4 was all Rainey. She's now 3 for 6, so want to at least get one on this trip.
There's
she will.
She listened to you, Justin. She got the one.
17-12. Yellow Jackets lead by 5, a minute in to the second quarter. Weaver with the basketball, being guarded by Snead. Nice backdoor cut, but it's going to be stopped. No, that Rainey on the kickball. Right call.
Osbourn Park has been applying pressure the entire first quarter, get into this second quarter. Making it a little tougher for Manchester to get into a flow.
West inbounds. Or West checks into the game. Weaver on the drive. She's going to leave it. Ball's on the ground all the way around to right. Blocked! Rainey with the block out on the three-point attempt from right.
It's covering a lot of ground to get out there and do that.
Did a great job to go out in length under control to get the block and not the foul.
That was almost a perfect closeout.
Shavers with the basketball. Weaver's going to fire a 3. That looks good, and it is. Hits the bottom, and we're back to a 2-point ball game.
Now, the girls that are shooting the threes, their form is really, really, I'll say nearly perfect.
Foul is going to be called as we see Walters back in the basketball game. Manchester faithful wanted a traveling call, but Walters taking it hard. She's going to draw the foul against Kyleen Edwards.
That's her second. Kyleen Edwards' second. The young lady was a little surprised. She thought maybe she got charged into, or hey, that was one of my teammates that fouled, not me.
Coach Wright is having a conversation with the closest official he can talk to.
And he's also giving the referee that evil look like Ed gave me in the hospitality room back there when I had that last roll, and he was eyeing it.
No, I didn't really want that roll.
Second free throw, no good, 18-15.
I was looking hard at the salad, which nobody was eating.
Oh, I'm sure.
Right across the timeline, Shavers with a pick and roll, but nothing there. Now they'll go inside. Shavers too high. It'll be a turnover.
In that situation, 23 for Manchester. Nova Taylor had her girl sealed. That should have been really a bounce pass to feed her inside. I know most coaches don't like feeding big girls inside with the bounce pass, but she had her sealed. I would have thrown the bounce pass. She would have caught it.
Snead from 15, no good off the front. Rebound, Rainey takes it up hard, nothing doing. Brown takes it up, and this time they'll call the foul.
You see why we said in the keys, ride Rainey, because even when she gives it up, she can go get it back or go hit the glass. She's averaging over 3 steals a game. She's just a do-it-all player.
Got a timeout on the court by the Lancers. It'll be a full timeout. We'll go ahead and take it with them. 18-15, 5:46 to go in the first half.
Every morning we rise before the sun, driven by passion, fueled by determination. We train hard, we stay focused, and we never give up because we know that every drop of sweat, every ounce of effort brings us closer to our dreams. But it's not just about the physical. Staying healthy and hydrating is key. Dairy gives us protein, electrolytes, and other key nutrients we need to recover and stay strong. Because greatness isn't just built on the field, it's built in the choices we make every day. Milk's got game. Do you?
Great crowd here for a Friday afternoon as we are just approaching 5 o'clock on the East Coast. Just under 6 minutes to go in the opening half, 18-15. Manchester looking to go back-to-back. Osbourn Park looking to get their first state championship in school history. Chrissy Kelly looking for her third as a head coach.
It's hard to believe, Justin. The fun is almost done here. We're in game 11 of our 12-game marathon that started out a couple days ago at the Siegel Center with our first game being Princess Anne girls winning, then the buzzer beater with Green Run boys, and we're still searching for that first overtime game.
Shot by Brown is no good.
Brown.
Matt is an encyclopedia of knowledge. Were there any overtime games last year?
You know, I can tell you that in just one moment.
Second free throw, no good. Rebound, though, Rainey puts it on the ground, and now we're going to have a jump ball. It is going to go to Manchester.
Off the top of my head, I don't think there was last year.
Coach is going to be disappointed twice in a row.
I know.
Yeah, we were close last year, I think, on 2 of them, but didn't happen.
Well, guess what? You can't ask for a refund.
Smith with the basketball over to Weaver. Weaver finds Atkinson, turns it over.
To answer your question, no overtimes last year. Closest was 44-43 Liberty Christian Meridian girls.
Sneed off the defender, but it goes right into Weaver's hands. Finley Weaver playing really well in this first half. Over to Wright, thought about it. She's going to drive back to Weaver. She's going to launch a deep three off the front of the rim. Almost went in and wouldn't. West with the rebound.
Thought she was going to get that friendly roll. I really did.
That was almost an NBA 3 or WNBA 3.
Hands in the lane for Smith. Coast to coast. No, can't finish. Yellow Jackets want to run. Sneed. Salinas, teardrop, 2 foot too much.
I think if she gotten that earlier, she would have been better rhythm, but she kind of almost rushed that one because it came late.
Ooh. Spin by Wright for 2. No, won't go. Second chance. Count the bucket and the foul.
I'll tell you what, Rain Wright is starting to put her fingerprints on this game, much like we're seeing with Rainey for Osbourn Park. These are the 2 players that off the bounce can get whatever they want almost whenever they want.
Salinas checks out. Walters back in.
As I said earlier, Osbourn Park's defense is fairly consistent, fairly strong. They're making it tough for Manchester. Even when Manchester gets to the bucket, it's kind of a little bit of a rush shot to get by the defense, and they're making it. At that time, Miss Wright obviously was there for the shot and the and one.
Rain Wright with 4 points in the first quarter.
Region 6A player of the year, 18 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and 4.5 steals per game.
Jalen Gorham into the ball game for the Yellow Jackets, number 35. Walters brings it across. Wright stands at the three-point line. Pick from Brown. Over to Gorham. Out to Rainey. Inside to Brown. Nothing doing. 3 seconds against Brown. Inside.
Inside the lane, the key area, you cannot be from the foul line down, and the 2 lines parallel to each other. You cannot be in that area, any part of the body, more than 2 seconds.
Wright being guarded by Rainey. Shavers with the pick. Rainey's going to get called for the foul. Couldn't clear the screen attempt.
Second foul on Rainey.
Wright looking for somebody to inbound to. She finds Weaver. Being guarded by Gorham. Wright gives it up. Here comes Rainey. Out in front. Can she finish? She does. 2-point lead for the Yellow Jackets. Just under 4 to go in the half.
Wright thought she had gotten bumped on the drive. She's looking for the isolation one-on-one as she started her drive. Weak side defense. There they were. Came over. Got a hand on it. Steal.
Wright takes it, stops, gives it up. Atkinson, cross to Shavers, up hard, and she'll get the foul. Couldn't see who it was because the yellow jacket went flying. Might be West. I believe it was going to be West.
Second foul on West.
That's 3 yellow jackets, Coach, if I'm correct, with 2 fouls. I believe Rainey, West, and Walters. I think Rainey picked up her second just a couple minutes ago.
Correct.
First free throw, no good. Free throw is good, 20-19. Snead brings it across, man-to-man defense. Now they'll switch, Weaver on Rainey. Gives it up and gets it back. Gorham, nice drive and in for 2. 3-point lead for the Yellow Jackets.
Gorham just entered the ball game, had a chance to come off the wing on a called play, lay it up.
Wright gets it back, being guarded by Brown. Wright wants to shoot, and she will. Short. Rebound, Brown to Snead. Trying to push the pace here. Gorham on the wing. Thought about it, slows it down. Now they'll reset. West, Rainey, good pass inside to Brown, but can't come down with it. It'll go back over to the Lancers. Wright gives it up, gets it back from Atkinson.
Notice Weaver was calling for it in that corner a moment ago.
Weaver working on Gorham, off the glass, no good. Rebound, Rainey. Through the defenders. Rainey's going to take it all the way, get the foul called against Shavers, and go to the line for 2.
Once again, trying to get the advantage on the 3-on-2. She tried to keep it on her own. This time goes to the left, and once again with the one hand. With the one hand going upside there.
Rainey to the line. First free throw is good. Up to a 4-point lead now for the Yellow Jackets of Osbourn Park.
She just has a different gear to her, and I don't know how you go about neutralizing what she brings to the table if you're the opponent here in Manchester's case.
With her, you got to keep her in front.
Easier said than done.
Yeah, no, you got to know where she's at. Keep her in front. She's real dangerous with the ball, and without the ball, she moves. She knows where to go spot. Basketball IQ very high.
Weaver has it in the deep corner. She's going to drive baseline and kick it across. Was looking for Shavers. And when Weaver caught that basketball, guys, I don't know if you saw it, but Coach Chrissy Kelly was yelling to her defense about 4 inches from the back of Weaver's head. The intensity that Coach Chrissy Kelly brings.
I remember finally 2 years ago in this spot against Madison, she came off the bench. Nobody had heard of her, and she gave them a real jolt, an opportunity to win that game, and then Madison came back in the fourth quarter to prevail. But so I'm sure they're well aware of what she can do.
Rainey, a hard take along the baseline. She'll go back to the line for 2 more. But Coach, early on, Osbourn Park missing some free throws here in this ball game.
Rainey,
you're hoping that doesn't come back as the game progresses.
Rainey's been to the foul line more than the rest of her teammates combined.
And more than her average in a game here in this first half by a good mile.
And this second quarter, when we'll look at it at halftime, but this second quarter, I know she has missed more than she's made. I don't have the actual numbers, but she missed 2 out of 3 on the 3-point attempt. She missed both on the last trip down. Makes 1 of 2 here.
Well, according to their team stats, per game average, and we think the coaching staffs across the board, Coach Kelly's staff and all the staffs that have supplied us numbers going into these games, 2.5 makes per game, 3.5 attempts per game. She's going to have double digits probably by the fourth quarter.
I was going to say she might already be in double digits, Matt. I think she was 4 for 6 in the first quarter. Looking for a 5-second call. Wright thought about it from 3 counties away. Instead, she drives it in for 2 It is a 3-point lead, 24-21, as we approach the 1-minute mark of our first half.
Manchester just hanging tough. Now they just got to dig in on defense and stop the drives.
Rainey tried to give it up to Brown. Sneed's going to fire from deep. That'll be short left. Rebound. Wright's going to run. Brown turns to stop her. From the corner, 3 ball, no good. Tapped away. Brown has it for the Yellow Jackets. Here comes Sneed. Now they'll slow it up, just under 45 seconds to go. West in the post. Good positioning. Draws the defense. Brown up. Won't go. Shavers, another foul. And Brown will go to the line.
They've also made Brown a focal point here in the second quarter to try to establish her in the lane because of her height and ability to finish. We talk about so much, and finish with either hand, get it to either side of the post, let her go to work. But then you also have to be cognizant of where those shooters are and where Rainey is because she can catch it and do something off the bounce.
I mean, she's tall, 6'1", maybe bigger than that even. I would post her a lot, look to get her inside. I would do some high-low with her. With Walters with the ball in her hand, I think they can really get something out. I mean, Rainey, they could get some stuff out of that.
First free throw, no good. Second attempt, no good again.
3-point points on the line, they really are.
Yeah, well, that'll be something we'll ask Coach to look at halftime. Right with it, takes, kicks. Beach is going to get it back, driving. Now she'll kick it around. Time running down. We're under 10 seconds to go. Now under 5. Hard take. Shot is going to be partially blocked, and that's how the half is going to end. And it's going to be Osbourn Park taking a 3-point lead into the halftime break over the defending state champion Manchester Lancers. 24-21. You're watching championship basketball on the NFHS Network. We're back just before the third quarter. Reality, maybe it should be a little bit more.
Well, Osbourn Park, the thing that caught us from the foul, Osbourn Park, foul line is 7 for 17. Kiara Rainey is 6 for 11. She's leading scorer in the game with 10 points, but 6 for 11. She's a better shooter than that. But now when you go look at Manchester, 6 for 8 from the free throw line, only got there 8 times. That's not bad. But their shooting overall is 29%. 1 of 8 from the three-point line, which is 12%. That's not working. So foul shooting for Osbourn Park, Achilles heel. For Manchester, overall shooting is their Achilles heel from the field. That's why we have a difference in three-point game. Osbourn Park, the bigger team, has 19 rebounds, over 14 for Manchester. Alexander Brown has 6. The 6'1" Dynamo inside. She has 6 of the rebounds. Also, she has a couple block shots in here, so she's a factor. But here's what gets me about Alexander Brown. 6'1", right? Has not taken a shot yet. Now, in the locker room, I'm going to remind our guards, we have a 6'1" post player who can do some things. Can we please get her the ball? And I got to remind Ms. Brown, move because they're banging her a lot. They're doing a little bit of front. So you've got to move yourself to get open. And when you catch it, spin to that basket.
Rainey will inbound right in front of us here at our setup into Sneed. Guarded by Weaver. Trying to get Walters. There's Brown. There you go, Coach. Oh, she didn't finish the bunny.
First rebound. And a half. They slash cut her to the basket. Great move.
Rebound by Smith. Over to the Lancers. Trailing by 3. Nice spin move inside. Off the glass for 2. Keelan Edwards pulls it to a 1-point game. Sneed with the basketball. Takes it from the inbound from West. Movement. West has it. Going to be tapped away, but she'll get it. That was right with her length. Rainey inside. Little floater won't go. Rebound Lancers.
They tried that same play to get Brown the ball, but that time Manchester in the way. they understand, too, we got to keep defending like we did in the first half.
Rainey out top defensively against Smith. Smith to right, nice pump fake against Brown. Moving the basketball. Now back over to right. Rain right. Being guarded by Alexandra Brown, who's standing right at the college three-point line. Right trying to drive in. She does. Dishes underneath for two. Edwards again.
They find her in there. I'm having a hard time finding Miss Colleen Edwards at 5'2", but she was right there in the land of the big girls, and she was putting the layups right in.
4 points for Edwards to start the third quarter. 2 minutes gone. The Lancers have the lead. Sneed, three ball with the answer.
OP really needed that three ball to fall, but if you're Manchester, you have to feel good about this. You've been in some close ball games. It's having some shades of that game we watched earlier with Laura Bonatot and James Monroe, where OP's been blasting people all postseason. On the other hand, Manchester's been in some tighter tussles.
They're going to get Walters on the foul as Wright goes to the ground, and that'll be the third on Peyton Walters.
Manchester had one game this year that wasn't very close. They beat the Richmond School for the Arts 112-0.
Yeah, I would say that's not a tight one, but in their playoff run here, they had the game with Glen Allen in the region championship, went to overtime.
Weaver has it at the top. She's now got it over to Smith. She's going to drive, kick, three ball, won't go. That would have been a heck of a start. Rebound, though, to the Lancers. Weaver steps into one, won't go. Rainey with the rebound. Breaks down pass right, won't go. Smith with the rebound. Over to the Lancers. Rainey and Wright, when they go one-on-one, it's been pretty impressive to watch tonight. Smith against Brown. Smith with the take, going to the line for two. Chance to tie the ball game again.
That's her third foul.
And Walters just went out with her third.
Now, obviously, that will play a role because it causes Coach Kelly to think, what do I do? Stay with her? Do I sit her a little bit? Yo-yo, back and forth. She needs her in there. Even though she hasn't scored from the floor, Brown is definitely a factor in the game.
Now Walters comes out. In for Salinas, a little offense to defense maybe, as we got a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here, but yeah, Walters was about to check in, so she's got 3 fouls. I'm sure Coach Kelly had a quick talk and like, hey, we need you. We got 13 more minutes left in this one. The same conversation with Brown.
Tell you what, I feel old every time I see these players that I covered many years ago. James West IV, who played at Freedom of Woodbridge, now an assistant coach with Osbourn Park. His sister, obviously, on the team in young Jayel West. We watched Malik Johnson yesterday with the George Wythe girls. They quickly get into coaching, which is great to see when their playing career's over. Went to Mount St. Mary's after he played at Freedom of Woodbridge.
Yeah, that's when you know we're getting up there, starting to get there.
And I remember Rasheed Wright played at Old Dominion.
Well, we're not talking about you. You've had players that their grandkids are now.
Yeah, that's my problem. I look at kids and say, "How you been?" And they tell me, "Oh, me good. I got my 4 kids." And coach, guess what? I'm a granddad now, and I'm said, "What are you, 28?"
Second free throw good. We are back tied, level at 27. Sneed with the basketball. Over to Walters. Walters hard take. She'll go to the line for 2. That was against Atkinson.
Manchester's number 4, Maya Atkinson,
her first, and now Walters to the line. Walters had not really gotten any rhythm in this game with the early foul trouble, just a minute and a half in, and then picked up her third, and then Coach Kelly puts her right back in the ball game, trusting her team. Second one is good, 28-27. Wright's going to push. Rainey guarding her. Rainey steps in. She's going to take the charge. Great job standing in there against Edwards. She was camped out, Coach, having a bonfire in the middle of the paint there.
Now that's number 4 for Colleen Edwards. And she's coming out.
Ariana Beach checks in for the Lancers. They need somebody to come flash and help. Here comes Rainey. She'll take it just shy of midcourt. Coach Kelly urging her to go. There he goes inside to Brown. The dish from Rainey. The assist to Brown. 3-point lead.
Drive, pull the defense towards you. There she is. Drop pass. Beautiful.
Oh, do they force the turnover? They do. Walters takes it up. Doesn't go. Still on the ground. Rebound Lancers out of bounds. Kickball. It will go over to Manchester.
We talked so much about Manchester making its 3rd consecutive appearance in the state finals at VCU, but only 2 seniors on the roster, Rain Wright being one, the other being Tristan Shavers off the bench, and really only one regular on the floor right now. But they do want to finish the right way behind Rain and her father as the head coach to make this a glorious ending.
Ball might have almost been tipped. Brown is going to fight Smith inside. Weaver, 3 ball won't go. Brown gives it up to Sneed. Weaver steps up to play defense against Sneed. Now Walters gets it. Gorham is set to check in for the Yellow Jackets. Brown tosses it out. Sneed, 3 ball off the front of the rim. Rebound to Beach. Over to Atkinson. Right for 3, no good. Rebound Smith. Weaver won't go. Tapped out. Wright has it at the top of the key. She's going to drive all the way, lose it, and it'll stay with the Lancers. Tapped away. Manchester fans wanted a foul there. It looked close.
I thought they were going to call. It looked like she reached out and grabbed it the last second, but she tipped the ball out of her hands.
Well, she's definitely concentrating on getting downhill and trying to get to the free throw line.
Smith, a take in against Gorham and Brown. Who are they going to get it on? If it's on Brown, if I was Gorham, it is going to be against Gorham. I'd be going over and said, hey, it's me. It's me.
Right. I fouled her. I called on me. Give me my number. Here's my number.
We had it earlier in the week when you said that, Coach. You know,
yeah,
you got to try to protect those starters.
Players may not know it, but they kind of should. But if I'm the coach, I'm yelling out, no, the foul was on 35, not number 3.
First free throw good. Pulls it to within 2. Haven't shot many free throws through the first half, but they only missed 2 to 10 misses for the Yellow Jackets. So, again, free throws coming into play past the halfway point of this 3rd quarter.
Brown,
second free throw good.
Brown is coming out of the game for Osbourn Park.
Walters to Rainey. Rainey against Wright. Rainey's going to pull from 16, no good. Rebound Lancers. Gorham trying to track down Weaver. Now she gets in front. Smith on Rainey, hard take, no go. Salinas, Walters, West, 3!
Found him perfectly in that deep corner. Defense have slept off a little bit towards the basket. She's wide open. Count to 3.
Smith, Beach, Wright now has it. Final 2.5 of the 3rd quarter. Trying to set up a screen. Salinas flashes, now she'll play against Wright. Back to Weaver, spinning inside the lane. Corner to Beach, down the baseline. Pick it over Atkinson from inside the arc. Walters comes away with it. We got a jump ball. And it'll stay with Manchester. You love the intensity.
Yeah, Fisher's going to fly in to make sure there's no extracurriculars after that play.
And there wasn't. There
wasn't even a move. I think we got a timeout on the court. It looks to be a full timeout. We're going to take it with them. Just over 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. It's Osbourn Park 33, Manchester 29. Championship basketball on the NFHS Network.
With a rich history spanning nearly 100 years, James River Equipment is known for its deep-rooted partnership with the iconic John Deere brand. From large-scale farming to residential mowing, James River delivers the right equipment for every task, with a focus on quality, reliability, and affordability. Bring your outdoor spaces to life and choose the brand that understands your world. James River Equipment. Visit JamesRiverEquipment.com to find the location nearest you. James River delivers.
We are courtside, and I am alongside Matt Hatfield and the coach, Ed Young. Justin Waddell in what is an exciting Saturday championship action. We've had the first two ball games, fellas, were close, nip and tuck, and ended very well. This one looks to be on its way, and we expect to see something incredible in the nightcap between C.G. Woodson and Southlake. Southlake's going for a second straight title.
And you know, those two teams played earlier this season in the opener, a game that Southlake's won rather comfortably, 73-51. But a year ago, I'd remind folks, Patriot beat Southlake's in the opener, and then Southlake's won rather comfortably in the rematch. So things can change rather drastically from December to March as Manchester trying to do the same thing. They lost by a wide margin against Osbourn Park regular season. Now it's a one-possession ball game.
I think it was a 23-point win for the Yellow Jackets in that one earlier this year. It's now a 2-point ball game. Rainey with a hard take. There she is, 35-31, back to a 4-point lead.
2-1 half-court press has gone into.
Haven't seen much pressure from the Yellow Jackets. The Lancers, though, break it easy, but turn it over. Rainey, 1-on-2. She's going to go all the way in off the rim, no good. Tapped out by the Lancers. It's going to stay with the Yellow Jackets.
I still get the feeling, guys, that if Osbourn Park just hits a couple of threes, they can widen this thing and get into that comfort zone. Manchester wants to stay right connected here as this quarter ends and keep them where they can tie it up or take the lead.
Manchester's done a great job all afternoon of not letting them, as you said, get too far away. There's Brown from 15, no good. Rebound Weaver.
Well, this is where Weaver has to be a good playmaker because Wright's the one that does a lot of the facilitating for them. Can she be that one that steps up alongside the complementary piece?
Three ball from deep off the front of the iron. That was Taylor Bullock. Basketball goes over to the Yellow Jackets. Inside to Brown, but stolen away. Here come the Lancers. Right. Just past Rainey, or that was Walters. Walters doing a good job not to pick up that fourth foul. Coach Kelly on the far sideline. Under 30 to go. Tipped out, and it'll go over to Manchester.
I think you said it earlier, Justin, in the boys game we had Class 3. Spotswood with Chad Edwards winning his first state championship today, and Elvin Edmonds of Hopewell, who's won one before, was trying to get his second. The fiery intensity of Chrissy Kelly, and we mentioned Coach Wright over there, Rasheed Wright, former ODU Monarch. He's been giving the stare downs to the officials. He's been here before. He knows what it takes too.
I was going to say, and this is meant to be no disrespect for Coach Wright over here on the Manchester sideline. I might have a nightmare tonight because he's got a serious stare. He can stare right through you.
Steely-eyed approach.
Weaver kicks it, corner three ball, no. Walters with it. Final 15 of the quarter. Brown out top looking for the screen. Walters from 15, high, arcing shot it in. Clock will run, 2-1. Weaver doesn't get it off. It won't count if it goes. And after three, the Yellow Jackets again continue to extend the lead bit by bit. It's 37-31. Osbourn Park over Manchester.
Every morning we ride before the sun, driven by passion, fueled by determination. We train hard, we stay focused, and we never give up because we know that every drop of sweat, every ounce of effort brings us closer to our dreams. But it's not just about the physical. Staying healthy and hydrating is key. Dairy gives us protein, electrolytes, and other key nutrients we need to recover and stay strong. Because greatness isn't just built on the field, it's built in the choices we make every day. Milk's got game. Do you?
Back with you here at the Siegel Center on the campus of Virginia Commonwealth. in the capital city of Richmond. Championship game number 11. We've only got one more after this. It seems like just yesterday we started. We've been handing out 4 trophies a day. This is day number 3, Championship Saturday. Have had great crowds today. Really have had great crowds all week, especially from our smaller school contingents where we've talked about it. Communities really come out and rally. Here on Championship Saturday, Osbourn Park has brought quite a crowd, as has Manchester.
Of course, Manchester being in the city of Richmond, Midlothian, in actuality, right on the outskirts of Richmond, closer to travel.
Rainey for Brown off the glass for 2. Brown almost got the steal. Now she's got to hustle back.
You said it, Coach. Look for her down low, and she's starting to make her presence felt.
Yeah, she needed to be. First half, she didn't even get a shot off, let alone score points.
No good. It's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to go over to the Yellow Jackets. But how big was that? How big was the shot from Walters before the end of the quarter? Well, immense, because then they start the fourth quarter with the possession on the alternating possessions and a basket.
And to get the basket, so they increased that lead now to 8 points. And now we're in the fourth quarter. We can't say we still have a whole lot of time. You've got the fourth quarter.
Rainey, third time, won't go. We've got a foul. I believe that's going to go against Brown.
Foul by number 13, Alex Brown, her second, team third.
That's only her second. I don't know where we got off on that one, Coach.
Oh, we messed that one up.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Hey, we can admit when we're wrong. There's a turnover. Rainey off the glass, no good, but she's going to get fouled and go to the line.
I'm looking at the wrong name on there for that fourth foul. She's all right then. She got only has just a 2.
Rebounds almost identical, 27-25 through 3 quarters. It's that shooting percentage, 26% on the game for Manchester.
It went up a little bit. They were third quarter. They actually made. No, they actually was 21%.
Here's the issue, though, the 3-pointers. The 3-pointers are the issue for Manchester. You get too far behind, how you catch up.
1 for 15 for Manchester to 5 for 12 for Osbourn Park. Free throw, no good. It'll stay at an 8-point lead. Atkinson's going to drive, floater, good for 2.
You know, if OP just knocks down some free throws, they can pull away. But right now, leaving those at the line, it's allowing Manchester to stay within hailing distance.
They are 8 for 19 are the Yellow Jackets from the free throw line. Walters in for 2, and she'll try to add a free throw to the total. But they've missed 11 free throws, gentlemen, to just 2 misses for the Lancers. They are 10 for 12.
Peyton Walters doing attack mode here in the second half, and that's made a big difference to go with what Rainey can do. Brown inside, starting to see the complete well-rounded effort for Christy Kelly's squad.
Walters with 6, now 7 in the ball game. Right, out of the trap to Smith. That's going to be a turnover out of bounds. And here comes the defensive pressure for the Yellow Jackets.
Now you could feel that momentum really start to swing, and I could see a little bit of frustration start to be shown by Manchester.
We cross 6.5 to go in this one. Rainey, baseline. She'll turn around. Out to Walters on the wing. 1 dribble into Brown. Brown wing for Salinas. She's going to take a hard down the baseline. They're going to get the blocking foul. Salinas will go to the line for 2.
A little bit of a late call on that, but I think she got bumped.
Foul by number 14 for Manchester. Madison Smith. That's her third, team third.
4 fouls now against the 3 fouls now against the Lancers. And it's ballooned to a 10-point lead.
Salinas 8 points a game off the bench, 68% from the foul line. 2 big makes there.
7-2 run to start this quarter for OP. Bodies flying everywhere. Smith gives it up. got it to Edwards. Now to Smith. Back to Weaver. 3-ball. Bottom of the bucket. Couldn't have been a better time.
Now they just got to dig in and see if they can create some turnovers and maybe go score a bucket or two off of it. Take this momentum away from Osbourn.
Timeout for OP. We'll keep it right here. Just under 6 to go. Back to an 8-point contest. That was Finley Weaver hit a perfectly timed 3 there. It was starting to slip away a little bit. That gives them a little bit of traction. Coach Kelly wanted to take a chance to settle her team down.
When Weaver's that other factor to go with Rain Wright, we're seeing players step up around Rainey. You know the defense is going to concentrate on Rain Wright, the Richmond commit for Manchester. So now Coach Wright in that huddle is probably saying, look, it's an 8-point game. We've been here before, especially Weaver and Wright. They have to really come to the forefront here, and it's going to have to start on defense, not fouling and putting OP at the foul line.
Yeah, looking at OP, we didn't really get into it, but Kiara Rainey through 3 quarters, 12 points, 5 boards, 4 assists. So doing her job to fill up the stat sheet. But Brown doing a good job on the boards, Coach. 7 rebounds to lead the way, I believe, for Osbourn Park. That is.
Yeah, she's actually second most rebounds in the game.
To Wright.
Yeah, Rain Wright has 8-4.
She's got 9 points and 8 boards. So Rain Wright well on her way to a double-double before this one's over. Eight-point lead, final 6 minutes. Brown has it up top, being guarded by Smith. Walters, clear line to the basket, off the glass, won't go, out of bounds, it'll go to the Lancers. Wright gets it out. Smith gets it out to Weaver. Over to Atkinson, blocked away by Walters. She blocked it into the first row.
We've seen 2 outstanding blocks in this game, one by Rainey in the first half and that one by Walters right there. This OP defense trying to show that you do win championships with defense.
Wright with the basketball against Rainey. Nice spin move, finds Atkinson for 3!
They waited a while, but the 3-point shots are starting to fall for them. They got the one from Weaver, and that one right there makes it a 5-point gap.
Now it's got to get stopped. Got to get stopped. You can't exchange baskets. Got to get stopped. We're late in the game now, a little bit under 5.
Offensive foul against Walters.
Manchester has been here before. They had that key third-quarter stretch against Glen Allen in the region finals. Used that 1-3-1 trap, held them to 3 of 7 shooting, 8 turnovers, got the game to overtime, made all but one of their 12 free throw attempts in the OT. They're thinking, let's just keep our season alive. Our hopes for a second state championship in a row, back-to-back. They've been talking about it since November.
Walters picked up her 4th there. Weaver takes the inbound, guarded by Gorham. Happy to bring it up as we are in the 4th quarter of a 5-point game. Edwards with it, guarded by Sneed. Brown against Smith. Smith, turnaround, off the glass, won't go. Rebound, Edwards. Weaver for 2, no. Tapped around and taken by Rainey. Rainey's gonna take it hard to the hoop, and she's gonna go to the line for 2.
Is that number 5 on Edwards?
Number 4, Maya Atkinson, her second,
Nope, second.
Second on Atkinson, 5-point lead. Rainey going to the line. No free throws in the 3rd period. There misses another one. Now 6 for 12 by our count.
Just not comfortable at the foul line.
Makes that one. Extends the lead to 6. Still a 2-possession game with over 4 minutes to play.
A little while goes an 11-point lead for Osbourn Park.
Sneed doing great defensively. Atkinson backs it up. Now we got a timeout by Coach Wright. He wants a 30. We'll keep it right here, as we're just under 4 minutes to go in regulation.
Basket here is key. He doesn't want to waste his possession. They get a bucket. They're in the 40s with the Yellow Jackets who have 45. It looks better. It makes you play harder. They don't get a bucket here, and Osbourn Park come down and hit one. Now it's 47-39. That ladder gets longer to climb.
Yeah, you're definitely trying to maximize your possession. Still, to reset it, 2 timeouts for Manchester the rest of the way. They've committed 4 fouls, so Osbourn Park will start shooting on the next foul by Manchester. Osbourn Park with 3 timeouts left. They've only committed 2 fouls thus far in the quarter. So with a 6-point lead, they still got a couple fouls to give. Referee's about to inbound, and they're going to. They don't have to wait.
Got to be out by the second horn.
Weaver, good for 2.
And just those little small details can make a difference here as Manchester's right back in this thing within 4.
And they're in a 1-2-2 all-out press.
Break it with Rainey spinning around. Salinas, 3 ball, it hits the bottom.
Clutch.
That was big time. That was big time. Defense was spread out all over the floor. Now, I've always said in a full-court press, there are a lot of holes, and they found that one.
Smith guarding Weaver. Walters set to check in. Rainey on right. Smith's going to go all the way down. Brown with the block.
They're shot blocking here in the 4th quarter. They got the big one a little while ago, and now Brown stepping up with one. I mean, between both her and Walters, those 2 plays keeping Manchester from having more momentum on its side during this comeback.
It says the team's 5th. I got to believe they have, unofficially, I have them for 7 blocks.
Right with the basketball. We cross the 3-minute mark. Trying to back Rainey in. Steps through. Won't go. Rebound Salinas. Wright went for the steal, coming back against Rainey. Now the Yellow Jackets happy to slow it down. Make the possession count up by 7. Gorham picked up her dribble, got it out to Walters, who's being guarded by Smith. Walters a scoop for 2!
Again, man-to-man pressure. Somebody has got to step off and pick up that driver from the weak side. Cannot let her just go on her own down the lane.
Smith over Walters for 2.
Had to have that answer to keep hope alive, but now get back in transition. Otherwise, Osbourn Park can try to score right back at you.
3-ball Salinas!
Oh, I tell you.
Coach Kelly gets the timeout. It is a 10-point lead. We are just under 2 minutes to go.
That made it really, as hard as Manchester's playing, that 3 hurt.
I mean, Salinas, we've mentioned it in the first half, she lives for the moment. You see it. No fear in her. She comes off the bench, but she's like having a 6th starter out there. I harken back here, Justin, too. I remember when it was then T.C. Williams, now Alexandria City, beat Bethel in the state championship, 2008. A guy that now coaches at Hampton University by the name of Ivan Thomas, who once upon a time played for Ed Young at Norview High School. He's the head coach at Hampton U. He had a player off the bench and accepted his role, Travis Berry, leading scorer off the bench. Buy into your role. If it means scoring, do that. If it means passing, do that. If it means playing defense, we watched Cade Langridge earlier for Spotswood. Go bloody your nose. Do that. Whatever it takes to win. The old, by any means necessary.
I passed him in the hallway. I wanted to tell him, I love your game, son. Like, I love the way you play basketball. Manchester inbounds. Edwards being guarded by Walters. Brown, Edwards all the way to the hoop, won't go. Smith up for 2. Back to 8-point lead. Again, next foul against Manchester will put Osbourn Park on the line the rest of the way. Movement. Rainey with the basketball. Being guarded by Edwards. Rainey got free. Inside Walters. Outside Sneed. Thought about it. Now they're going to slow down. They're going to force the Lancers to start fouling, and that is going to be a foul against Wright. Sneed will go to the line.
Osbourn Park really does not need a quick shot. I know we don't have a shot clock. All you got to do is just keep working your offense. Throw the extra pass. Let's look for a layup. Let's look for an in-lane jumper.
You saw it there because Rainey made it all the way down almost to the block and decided to kick it back out.
And they were open for the 3, and she looked like she was going to launch it, and then just pulled it back and got clobbered for the foul.
First free throw's good. Back to a 9-point lead. West is not checking in. Gorham will be checking in for Sneed as she awaits the scorer's table. Sneed good on both. 55-45. 1:18 to go in this one. The Yellow Jackets of Osbourn Park trying to close it out. Weaver, Atkinson tipped away at the last second. Rainey over to Walters. Walters, Salinas, and she'll be fouled. She'll go to the line for 2.
How about this, guys? All 7 playoff wins coming into today. District tournament, regional playoffs, state tourney by double digits for Osbourn Park. This one has been a really tight battle. The score may be a little bit misleading in some respects, but if OP hits their free throws, they can walk out of here heads held high, easy state championship win in terms of didn't have to sweat it to the very end.
You look at score-wise, Matt, in the playoffs for Osbourn Park, dare say not one game close. District tournament, which they still have one in their district region, and earlier in the state, nothing close.
2 for 2 from the line for Salinas. And with a 12-point lead and the clock showing under a minute, as you said, Matt, the Yellow Jackets can start to taste it. Playing that pressure defense. Weaver's going to launch a 3. That is short. Walters comes down with it. Out to Rainey. She'll get across half court. Back to Walters. Spin move. Gets away from the defender to Gorham. Back to Walters. There comes the foul. Right, a little frustration with her teammates looking for somebody to help her foul in that situation. As the faithful from Osbourn Park start to stand. A couple of free throws here, gentlemen.
They gave her intentional.
Oh, I missed it.
Foul.
So that's 2 shots on the ball.
Now we say why when you foul, technically you got to make an attempt for the ball. They thought she just came out and just shoved it to the ground.
Walters makes the first. It's 13 points.
And now they'll also get the ball back. That pretty much could put a dagger on this one.
Got the sign in the stands, together we swarm.
That's been the mantra at OP for years. What Coach Chrissy Kelly has brought to this program.
And you're happy for coaches like her and Chad Edwards' spots, but they've been knocking on the door for a while.
Yeah.
And you finally break through in this moment. It's a really satisfying feeling of relief.
14-point lead. Now we got a timeout taken by the Yellow Jackets, up 14. Just about 21 seconds left to go in this one. It's only a 30-second timeout. Didn't look like Coach Wright was going to have his team foul at that point with a 14-point lead. So the Yellow Jackets may be on the verge of being able to dribble this one out.
Thinking maybe the timeout was to do some subbing too. We'll see.
Yeah, I was wondering that too. It looked like a couple of the young ladies jumped up off the bench there for Osbourn Park. We'll see. Although this might be one, Coach, that it's been such a thing that has escaped the program that you want to reward these players that have been around. Salinas checks out. Checking in is number 12, Julia Matthews. She's a senior.
Get her some court time.
Brown, a senior. Taylor Hampton, number 40, is a senior. And that's it. Brown not off the bench, but Snead will go to the line to shoot 2 with 20 seconds left. Snead misses the first. Makes the second, 60-45. Final 20 seconds of this one. Weaver's gonna launch it and make it! Whew.
From the parking lot.
That is the swan song. If Rainey just gets across midcourt, that might be it. Token pressure from right, and it will be. Time will run out, and the Osbourn Park Yellow Jackets have won their first state title in school history. They'll be partying in Manassas all weekend. Final score, 60-48. The Yellow Jackets with a 12-point victory. The first time in school history they will raise hardware with the girls basketball program. And it's Coach Chrissy Kelly's third state championship. It was a complete, methodical victory. Ahead by 1 after 1, ahead by 3 after 2, ahead by 6 at the end of 3, and they pull away and win by 12.
Gradual wearing down of the Lancers in terms of trying to get their offense going. Nothing really consistent. Every time they wanted to go somewhere, Manchester was in the way. Osbourn Park in the way.
As Osbourn Park continues to celebrate, we'll turn it over to the PA announcer here in just a moment. And at the end of the awards, the medals, the trophy, we'll come back, tie this one up, and get you set for this Class 6 boys game to follow here shortly.
But before we present the championship and runner-up awards, let's show our appreciation to the Olympic Fan Foundation and this year's National State Championship game. Tonight's awards will be presented by Justin Hall, Associate Principal, Greg Woodle, Athletic Director of Manchester High School, along with Lisa Marie King, Principal, Keith Lane, Athletic Director of Osbourn Park, along with Dr. Latanya McDade, Superintendent, and Lisa Gardapour, School Board Representative for Prince William County Public Schools. First, the runner-up medals to the players from Manchester High School. Number 1, Mackenzie Allen. Number 2, Carolina Beach. Number 3, Stephanie Weaver. Number 4, Maya Atkinson. Number 10, KJ Edwards. Number 11, Taylor Bullock. Number 12, Lucia Arons Garcia. Number 13, Lane Wright. Number 14, Madison Steph. Number 21, Kristen Davis. Number 23, Nova Taylor. And number 24, Amira Roy. And now for the presentation of the runner-up trophies to the Lancers of Manchester High School. Congratulations to the Manchester Lancers for our tremendous season. 27-3 from Manassas, Virginia. Your 2025 G Osbourn Class 6A Girls Basketball Champions, the Yellow Jackets of Osbourn Park. Number 1, Juliana Cervelli. Number 3, Ty Jones. Number 4, Jamie Salinas. Number 5, Jayel West. Number 10, Grace Castellano. Number 12, Julia Matthews. Number 13, Alex Brown. Number 23, E. Rainey. Number 24, Celine Sneed. Number 25, Peyton Walters. Number 30, Ariana Hayes. Number 32, Karen Myers. Number 35, Jan Gore. Number 40, Taylor Hampton. Number 44, Layla Twine. And Marlo Hall. And now, the presentation of the championship trophy to the Yellow Jackets of Osbourn Park. Congratulations to both teams on their accomplishments this season, and thank you for your support of the GHSL program.
There you have it. Congratulations to the Osbourn Park Yellow Jackets on their first state championship in school history. 60-48 over the Lancers of Manchester. For Ryan DeGurda on the camera, doing all the camera work all week, for Matt Hatfield and the coach Ed Young, it was a fantastic game. We got to take a break, catch our breaths, and get set for the Class 6 final between South Lakes looking to repeat and Woodson, all Northern Virginia final down here at Richmond. Again, final score, Yellow Jackets 60, Lancers 48. Good night, Pete.